Hi guys, in this video I'd like to address 4 positive things that I think have worked really well in Legion. I'm not saying everything I mention is completely faultless, but for the most part I think they have improved and contributed to Legion being a very good expansion, and I would like to keep them in the game in some way, shape or form for future expansions. So the first thing I think has worked really well in Legion, and I would like to keep it for future expansions, is being able to level up in any zone at any level. This in my opinion gave Legion a much more open world feel to it. Being able to start off in any Legion zone of your choice and doing them in whichever order you feel like, bar Suramar, rather than the usual way of sending players down a direct path, going from one zone to the next, gave you a lot more freedom of choice. Another great benefit of this process was because of the zones being scaled by your character's level, it meant that if you wanted to level with friends or members of your guild who were at a higher level than you, let's say your friend was level 106 and you were level 103, because the world scales around your level, you could both be doing the same quest together and getting the appropriate loot, XP or any other rewards that are applicable to your character's level. On a side note, it also helped to get rid of, on launch especially, entire zones being completely populated with players all doing the same quests and all farming the same mobs at the same time. Can anyone remember at the launch of the Burning Crusade trying to farm those damn hellboars in the Hellfire Peninsula in Outland? Let's never go back to that again. So this to me has been a great addition to the game, and I have absolutely no doubt that character and zone scaling will be back in future expansions. The second thing I think that has worked really well in Legion is the world quest system. At maximum level, you simply open up your map and you will see a number of different quests marked across the Broken Isles. These markers indicate different types of world quests available that can be completed in each particular zone, and the rewards range from artifact power, loot, gold or other resources and various other things. You will also see which faction's emissary quest is available, and as we know, a new one becomes available every day, and you can have 3 up at any time. These quests require you to complete 4 world quests, and are linked to a particular zone's faction, and once completed, you go to the faction's quartermaster to hand in the quest to receive an additional reward. Also, by doing these quests in a particular zone, you gain reputation towards the particular faction that these quests are part of. So it's kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone in that sense. Simply heading to the location of the quest will automatically trigger it, meaning you don't have to actually speak to an NPC to start or pick up the quest. Once you have completed it, you will automatically receive the reward. This to me is such a simple touch, but it really does help speed up and cut out any interruptions to the flow of your gameplay. So the way in which the world quests have been implemented have given the world quests relevance in my opinion. They have given the player base a reason to log in and continue to do them, a reason to keep playing the game. If you just want to go after artifact power, you can do that. If you just want to go after gold, you can do that too. If you don't like a certain quest, you can just miss them out, and it doesn't really hurt or hinder your progress in any way. I know as of right now, people may be slightly bored and tired of them, and may not even do them at all. But you can't deny for the most part that this has kept zones populated and the player base active, which is the complete opposite to what we had in Warlords of Draenor, so it has to be classed as a positive and a success in my opinion. So for my third pick, and this is kind of short and sweet, but it's still relevant and has in my opinion been a positive for the game, and that is the far more regular updated content patches. Since Legion came out, we have had the introduction of Mists of Pandaria Time Walking Dungeons, the Brawlers Guild with new boss fights, new micro holidays. I'm not a massive fan of these, however I am looking forward to trying the Trial of Style micro holiday, which I believe comes up soon. We have also had the Broken Shore. I know a lot of people are not a big fan of this place, but it's still new content. We have had the new dungeon, the Cathedral of the Eternal Night, new class campaign quests, which lead you on the path to get your new class mount. We have had Legion invasions and pet battle dungeons, the very challenging Mage Tower challenges for your hidden artifact skin, The Chromie scenario, which I have to admit I thought was a lot of fun, despite the disappointing looking appearance reward for my paladin, but I still enjoyed playing it a lot. And finally the Black Temple Time Walking raid, which has just come out. I'm not sure if I have actually listed everything, there may be certain things that I have missed, but my point is when you actually sit back and take a look at just what has been added to the game, to go along with the existing content that is already in the game, then it's actually quite a decent amount. And you can't say Blizzard isn't trying. We also have a whole new planet to explore in patch 7.3 when we travel to Argus. And no doubt that will contain lots of new content to go along with it. So I definitely want to see the continuation of these kind of patch releases in future expansions. So for my fourth and final pick, I'm sure people will be able to guess what that is by now. I'm going to choose Mythic Plus Dungeons, as the one problem I've always had with World of Warcraft is no matter how good or how fun the dungeons are, you eventually outgear them, to the point where they become irrelevant and you stop doing them. This normally means that dungeons are only really viable for a short amount of time until you reach a certain level or until higher dungeons or raids become available. In Warlords of Draenor, we had Mythic Dungeons, which were a step in the right direction and did offer replayability of endgame dungeons. However, these were outgeared over a short period of time, so Mythic Plus Dungeons in my opinion have been an excellent addition to the game. I know it's not been perfect, but overall you have to admit it has kept dungeons relevant. It has given players of all skill levels a way of doing current content with varying degrees of difficulty due to the introduction of affixes. It also allows players who don't wish to raid or don't have enough people to raid, or simply those who like to play with a small group of friends, but still wish to do challenging and rewarding content, a place to go. I definitely see Mythic Plus returning in future expansions. Maybe with a few tweaks here and there, but I'd say most people definitely see them as a positive addition to the game. Anyway guys, those were my 4 things that I think have been a real positive addition to Legion, and I would like to see them return in future expansions in similar formats. If you have anything to add that you think has been a great addition to Legion, then let me know. But for now, please comment, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.